Added a little bit of green onion on top. I tried to put them on a prettier dish, but they are literally falling apart. They are so tender. So first up today, I made these easy oven-baked barbecue ribs, and I'm telling you, they could not have been any easier to make, and they were so perfect. Fall off the bone tender. So first, I'm just making up my little barbecue rub. You can use just any store-bought barbecue rub if you want to, but in this one, I'll list the ingredients down below in the description if you would like to make your own. Next, you will need to remove the membrane on the bottom of your ribs. I'm using baby back ribs, and of course you do need to remove that to let all your seasonings and everything, penetrate your meat there. So I was showing you how to do it. I didn't include it in the video. Secret, I actually made my husband pull it off for me. But anyway, I'm just adding on some mustard. This is just our binder for our seasonings. You cannot tell there's any mustard at all on these ribs. And then I'm going to sprinkle on our seasoning mixture and then just do the exact same thing to the other side. And then I wanted a little bit more seasoning on mine than I made up, so I'm just using a pre-made barbecue rub just to add a little bit more on there. Next, all we're going to do from here is wrap these up really tightly in our foil, and these are going into the oven at 300 degrees for 3 hours. So while those are baking, we're going to go ahead and work on our 2 side dishes. For this recipe, a lot of recipes call for broccoli slaw, and I'm pretty sure I've used that in the past too, but I really just like the angel hair coleslaw mix, so that's what I'm going to use. You need about 16 ounces. So this is a 10-ounce bag. I have another one. I'm going to put about half in there. And I like to kind of go through and just get some of these big pieces that didn't quite get shredded up all the way, just to make sure my coleslaw is consistent. I like just the little bite-sized pieces in there. But like I said, no matter what kind of coleslaw you want to use, you're just going to need about 16 ounces worth. I might just go ahead and leave those 2 bags and add a little extra of the ingredients because we really like this stuff. But of course, I'll have the whole recipe down below so you can get the correct measurements. Next, we're gonna need 2 packs of ramen. This is the chicken flavor. Any flavor will really work if you're not using the seasoning packet. We may use a seasoning packet. I'm not sure, to be honest. This brand ramen seasoning is not my favorite, so I'm thinking I might skip the seasoning packet for this one and just kind of add my own. I'm just going to take my little masher, my little meat tenderizer, use the flat side, and crunch these up. And I like to leave mine in, little bite-sized pieces. You don't want to mash them into complete dust. The whole point is these add a really good texture to our coleslaw. I'm going to dump those right in. All right, what I'm going to do is just do 1 of the packets of seasoning instead of 2. I think that will be plenty. Next, we're just gonna add in about a cup of sunflower kernels, half a cup of slivered almonds. We're also gonna add some chopped green onion. For the dressing for our coleslaw, it's just a little bit of olive oil, and the key ingredient here is this toasted sesame oil. You only need a drop, and I'm telling you, it just makes it. It is so good. Add a little bit of white vinegar because that's what I had. You can also use apple cider vinegar, and then some sugar. I know that looks like a lot, but I promise you, I had a huge bowl of coleslaw mix, and it was not overly sweet. This is just the most delicious slaw. If you've never tried, don't knock it till you do. So first, I just went ahead and sliced up. This is probably about 3 pounds of potatoes. I sliced them into about 1/2 inch thick little slices. Add our chopped onion. Next, I'm just gonna add the tiniest Little drizzle of olive oil, probably about half a tablespoon. And then I'm adding in some ranch seasoning mix. This is one from a small business, but any ranch seasoning mix will work. All right, next I'm just gonna stir everything around. All right, next I just have my baking dish. We're gonna spray that down really quick. And we're just gonna take our potatoes, add those into our dish, potatoes and onions. And then we're just gonna lay some pats of butter all around, all over the top. Of course, it's gonna melt down and go down in there all over our potatoes. All right, this is going into the oven uncovered for about 45 minutes at 425 until they are fork tender. All right, it's been 3 hours. We're gonna go ahead and pull our ribs out. We're gonna get some sauce on there. Of course, just use your favorite barbecue sauce. I really love this Kinder's Hickory Brown Sugar. I've been like buying it all the time. It is so, so good. So we're just gonna open these ribs up. They smell so good. The house smells so good. And then we're just gonna slather on some barbecue sauce. Spread it all over. Just gonna kind of tuck some of this tin foil in, because now I'm gonna put these back in the oven for maybe about 20 more minutes. And the last 10 minutes, last 5 to 10 minutes, I'm gonna broil it to kind of caramelize up the top a little bit. And I might add a little bit more sauce too. All right, y'all, these ribs are hot. I just put them out of the oven. I tried to put them on a prettier dish, but they are literally falling apart. They are so tender. Like I said, it smells so good. Anybody and everybody can do this. These are perfect for summertime. I hope you will give these a try. All right, our potatoes are nice and fork tender. Now we're just gonna come in with some freshly shredded cheddar cheese. It's about 8 ounces. Just spread that all over top. We're also gonna add a little bit of chopped bacon that I just cooked up. I'm just gonna pop this back in the oven for about 5 or 10 minutes just to let that cheese continue to melt. All right, and here are those potatoes, nice and tender, cheesy. I added a little bit of green onion on top, mainly for some color. But y'all, these are perfect. We'll go with anything this summer you want to throw on the grill or in the oven, in our case. I hope you'll give this recipe a try. And here's our finished plate. We have some barbecue baked ribs. We have that Asian ramen slaw back there. And then of course, our cheesy bacon potatoes. Pretty good little weeknight summer dinner. Y'all make sure to subscribe, follow me for more dinner ideas, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.